Breaking news. Court stops Governor Godwin Obaseki from enforcing compulsory COVID-19 vaccine directive. The court ordered Obaseki and Edo State government not to enforce a directive that all residents must be vaccinated before entering some places in the state. Plans by Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki and the Edo State government to enforce compulsory vaccination directive in the state has been stopped by the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt, capital of Rivers State. The court ordered Obaseki and Edo government not to enforce a directive that all residents who have not taken the vaccine will be prevented from accessing churches, mosques, banks, event centers, and other public places from the middle of September. While arguing the motion in the suit with reference number FHC/PH/FHR/260/2021, filed by Charles Osariti against the governor and 5 others dated August 30, 2021. The applicant's lead counsel, Echizona Etiaba, a senior advocate of Nigeria SAN, urged the court to order parties to maintain status quo pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice for the enforcement of the applicant's fundamental human rights and for the leave of court to serve the respondents by publishing the court's processes in a national daily newspaper circulating in Nigeria. The orders as prayed were granted by the vacation judge at the FHC Port Harcourt, Justice Stephen Deyop Pam. The court subsequently adjourned till September 10th for a hearing of the substantive motion. Obaseki had ordered from the second week of September 2021, large gatherings would only be accessed by those who have at least taken one dose of the vaccine. From the second week of September 2021, people will not be allowed into worship centers, churches and mosques, event centers, and receptions without showing proof of their vaccination. From the middle of September 2021, you can no longer access the banking services if you have not been vaccinated. Obaseki declared the state government would push for vaccination to build immunity against the pandemic, while indicating the target was to vaccinate 60% of our population in 2022. We saw massive protests yesterday. The people of Edo State kicking against it seriously, the same people that voted for the governor. And some persons got really upset and they were like, don't turn this thing into something else. We voted for you. We didn't ask for all of this, that there are more pressing issues that needs to be addressed. Those were the comments and the remarks that were made after Obaseki gave that order. And Obaseki, from his point, he is stating that this is the second wave. The first wave came, the second wave, and a third wave is being forecasted that it's gonna come. And he like he said he doesn't want to wait until that time comes and people's life are now in danger. As the chief security officer of the state, he's doing everything possible to ensure that lives are safe. He himself, as the governor, himself and his wife, Bestie Obaseki, and even Philip Shaibu, the deputy, himself and his wife as well, they've all taken it, and they've taken the bold step and to step in as leaders, leading by example. So they've taken it, and they want every resident of Edo State to have it as well. But the residents kicked against it, that you cannot force them. You can't force them, that you need to give them. It has to be of their own free will if they want it or not. I believe everybody knows the danger of this, what we're facing currently. It's not just Nigeria alone. We saw how this wave swept the whole nation. A lot of persons lost their lives in their thousands. A lot of persons. We know God has been merciful to our country. We did not record the huge number of deaths that is being mentioned. Some countries, the what we've even witnessed so far from when it started in 2020, what we've witnessed so far, it's what some countries experience it maybe in a month or 2 months. But God has been merciful to us. We've not really had that huge numbers, that huge rising in death. We thank God for his mercies. So, but Obaseki is just all he's stating is that he wants to ensure, he wants to keep everybody safe, but the people are kicking against it. As a result of that, he was being dragged to court, and right now the court has just ordered the governor to stop enforcement of that compulsory directive. Obaseki initially had planned that from the second week of September, that is when it's going to kick off. From the second week of September, anyone that doesn't have their card to show as proof that they would not enter certain places. And this gathering, he's talking about large gatherings and churches, places of worship like churches and mosques. We know numbers of thousands of people trooping daily to go for worship, either at the mosque or in a church, and other event centers as well, receptions and other form of gatherings. The directive covered, it cut across all of those places, and the people of Edo State were not really happy about all of that. But the court, in a federal high court in Port Harcourt, had just stopped the governor from carrying out that order. And as the case went, it's been adjourned. Anyway, it's been adjourned until September 10th for hearing. But in the meantime, that Obaseki should not go ahead with that planned order. He shouldn't go ahead with it until the case is completed. So the case is now in court. Really interesting. The age where we live right now, everyone is speaking up. Gone are those days when we just remain quiet. Anything that is thrown at us, we just take it. And the people, the reaction that Nigerians were giving is that fair enough, we know you are concerned. You want to be able to curtail this disease. You don't want the spread. That is all you are working towards. That is your target. Beautiful, but you should not force us. That is their only concern, that people should not be compelled. They should not be forced against their will to do what they don't want to do. And this is also the human rights we're talking about. They were like, we're not against your policies. You can set up your policies and put things in place, but to compel us, to force us, that, because this one is like a force. It's a forceful way that without this, you won't step into places of worship. And places of worship are people always gather to worship. People want to go out to events, to gatherings. So it means you are telling everybody, if you are not going to take the vaccine, sit at home. Don't come out. Don't go anywhere. You'll not be allowed to go anywhere. Well, in other countries, I don't think that is actually the case, that you can't go anywhere if you don't have it. So this thing has to be checked properly. But the good thing right now is that in the meantime, the court has just stopped him from enforcing it from the 2nd of September while the case is still in court. Well, let's hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you once again for staying tuned. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Click on the like button. If it's your first time, you're very welcome. Hit on the subscribe button. God bless you. Till I come your way again with more updates. Bye.